boys and girls. We're going to be reading our second decodable reader story in our lesson 18. This is the Journeys, Unit 4, Decodable Reader, and we are on page 75, but I know you don't have your books, so just look closely at the screen. I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to go over some words that are in our story, and then we're going to read it together. So let's have fun reading this. The name of this story is Sweet Treats. Grapes are a sweet treat. These kids like to snack on grapes every day. Would you like a bunch right now? Boys and girls, when I was little like this, we never got grapes. We got bananas and oranges, but never grapes. But these kids, they get to snack on grapes every day. They are lucky. It says, grapes grow on big vines. So here's like a vine coming up, and then there's like a little bit of a vine coming down, and then you'll pick it from off the vine. Grapes grow on big vines. Grapes can be green. Grapes can be red, deep blue, and black. Have you seen all those color of grapes before? Lines and lines of grape plants grow in the ground. Grape plants need sun. Grape plants need rain. Okay, so they don't get any sun and they don't get any rain, then they're not going to get what they need to grow. Grapes stay on vines a long time. After a wait, grapes will be ripe. Ripe means that they're going to be ready to eat. Grapes take time to get big and plump and sweet. Okay, so you don't pick them too early or they will be sour grapes. Ripe grapes cannot stay on vines. Ripe grapes need to be picked when it is time. Ripe grapes must be picked by hand. So they don't have any tractors that can pick the grapes. People have to go and find them. Make sure they're nice and sweet and ready. Wow, they do have lines and lines and lines of grapevines. Whoa, this is all the different color of grapes they were talking about. There's this deep blue color. There's light green. These aren't grapes. These are something else. Let's have a look. Trucks bring grapes to shops and stands. Fresh grapes cannot stay on trucks. Grapes may rot if they stay too long. Think about it. If you had some grapes and you just left them in your car or in your truck, and then you came back a few days later, what will happen to them? They're probably going to be no good. They'll be all wrinkled up. Maybe some little fruit flies will be flying around them. So when it says fresh grapes cannot stay on trucks, they can't stay in cars either. Not when they're fresh. See the sweet fresh grapes at this stand? Which fresh grapes would you snack on? Those look good. Those look good. Those are cherries. Kay has a huge tray filled with fresh green grapes. She can't wait, so she takes a big bunch. See her big bunch? Yum, yum, yum. Okay, that was an informational story that told us all about grapes. Grapes. Okay, so the words I chose to practice today have S's at the end of them. There are a lot of S's at the ends of words, and sometimes it makes sounds like in grapes. Sometimes they make the Z sound like in kids, lines, fine, vines. So we're just going to practice reading these, okay? Ready? Grapes, grapes, grapes. Trucks, trucks. Kids, kids. Like the kids go to online school. Lines. There were lines and lines of grapevines. And that says vines. Plants. Plants. Grapevines are plants. Shh. These two letters make the sh. Ops. Shops. Shops are like little grocery stores. Shops. And stands. Stands. In this case, the word stands is like when you go to the farmer's market, you'll see like a tent and there'll be some tables underneath it and a cash register. Those are the stands that the farmers use to sell their fruits and vegetables. Okay, so now we're ready to read it. I will read it and you can read it right along with me. Are you ready? The more you practice, the sooner you learn how to read. Are you ready? See if we can read these two words together. Sweet treats. Sweet treats. They're talking about the grapes. Sweet treats. Okay, are you ready? Grapes are a sweet treat. These kids like to snack on grapes every day. Would you like a bunch right now? And by a bunch, they're talking about a bunch. This is a bunch of grapes. There's a bunch of grapes too. Grapes grow on big vines. Grapes can be green. Grapes can be red, deep blue, and black. Lines and lines of grape plants grow in the ground. Grape plants need sun. Grape plants need rain. Grapes stay on vines a long time. After a wait, grapes will be ripe. Grapes take time to get big and plump and sweet. So I guess the bigger and fatter and sweeter you want them, the longer you have to wait. Wait. Ripe grapes cannot stay on vines. Ripe grapes need to be picked when it is time. Ripe grapes must be picked by hand. What does that word say? Do you remember? Trucks, trucks. Trucks bring grapes to shops and stands. Fresh grapes cannot stay on trucks. Grapes may rot if they stay too long. You don't want them to rot. See the sweet, fresh grapes at this stand? Which fresh grapes would you snack on? I wonder why that's there. What do you think? Do you think maybe they juiced these cherries? And this gives you a little taste test, but like only one person could taste it. That's just interesting that that is right there in the middle of things. Okay, let's continue reading. What's her name? What does AY say? A. That's going to say A too. K. A. K has a huge tray filled with fresh green grapes. She can't wait, so she takes a big bunch. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, hope you enjoyed reading that with me. I hope you know more words than before. You can always read the story again in the link to the slides. Try reading it 2 more times for fluency.